Hi everyone, welcome back to Majora's Mask. So, off screen, I came back to the bomb shop and restocked up on bombs and bomb shoes using some of my 5 grand from the bank, which is pretty much what that money's going to be towards for the rest of this playthrough, because there's no real other use for it, aside from a few little things around town, which I'll get to later on. So I'm going to start doing some of the things that I can do over at Zora Hall, so I'll just set the cursor to that, because that is one of the rare instances where the cursor actually matches up on both the Song of Soaring screen and the actual pause screen, so just fast forward this as usual. I'm going to head into the third dungeon in this part, but before I do it, there's a couple of things that I can grab in here, and I'm pretty sure that at least one of them has to be done before you finish the dungeon. I could be wrong about that, don't really remember or care, but I'm going to do it now anyway. So yeah, 2 heart pieces that are both pretty easy to get. Well, one of them is easy to get, but if you're doing it normally it would take you quite a while. It's in this room over here. Just talk to this creeper, get her out the road. So, like I said, normally this would take a while because you're supposed to go through the whole business scrub thing. You know, like where you start off in Clocktown, then it's in the swamp, then it's in the mountains, then it's here, and eventually this guy will fly out because you gave him the title deed for the mountains, and he'll let you use this flower. You can get up there and get the heart piece. Completely unnecessary. If you come into this corner, first person mode, look up and you see this little point. It's like a little point where the sort of side of that thing up there ends. You want it sort of between the A and the B button, right? Hold Z, hold B, press A, and I didn't get it. Okay, my angle's obviously a little bit off. That's alright though. Let's just try again, right? Yeah, I think I was a little bit too far to the right actually. Let's try it again. Nope, still not getting it. Not really sure why. Let's try it again. Okay, I got it that time. So you saw him sort of teleport up on top of this like thing that's on the ground. I'll just wait for that to come back. So I can just turn to the left and he'll just grab up like that. So I kind of made that look a little harder than it actually is. Usually it won't take you more than a couple tries. I guess that's what happened with me though, so don't really know why I said that. My point is that it's not a difficult glitch to do. So the other thing that I need to do is in this room. And this is the heart piece that I think you have to do before you like cured the Great Bay area. You want to come up to the pianist and play a song for him as normal. Like that. Before I do this, I need to try and remember what the song is. Normally you learn it from like the bassist or something like that as a Zora, and then you come in here and play it to this guy as normal Link, and this eventually goes on to be a song that the band plays or something like that, right? So I don't remember exactly what it is. It's something like this. Yeah, that's like the first part, and then it's... Yeah, because it's just like an octave higher or whatever. So, well, not an octave higher, but you know what I mean. So you have to play it as normal Link. I'll just do that. It should be... Okay, got it. So yeah, I know what this song is. I just couldn't remember what all the notes were, but I managed to quickly figure it out there. So we're not going to sit through this massive cutscene here, where he just plays the same thing over and over again. Just fast forward it. Sounds really silly when it's fast forwarded. But he gives you a nice heart piece for that. And yeah, I didn't actually notice, but the previous one that I got put me onto a second line of heart containers, so yep, we're finally there. Don't like it. Preferred it when it was nice and even, but it will eventually be even once again later on. Alright, so gonna head back outside now. There's a couple of glitches coming up, one of which is very difficult to do. I mean, it's not really that hard to do on N64 because it lags so much, but on emulator, like I'm playing, or on Virtual Console, it'll be pretty hard because there's essentially no lag at this area. So what I want to do, first of all, is set my cursor to the Zora Cape area, because I'm going to be playing the Song of Soaring during this glitch, and what you would do on N64 is you would chuck a bomb over here, turn into Zora, right? Face this way, and just as it's exploding, you would sort of bring out the guitar, and it would cause a lot of lag. You can see it causes virtually no lag here, so it's useless on emulator. And the reason you want lag is after you play the new wave boss and over, there's one frame, literally one frame, where you can pause the game before the cutscene plays, and if you do that, then unpause, it lets you pull out your ocarina a second time, which lets you play the Song of Soaring, which means you can skip this massive cutscene where the turtle comes out of the water. And we sort of nicknamed this the frame perfect bullshit cutscene skip, because that's pretty much an accurate description of what it is. So if I don't get it, it's no big deal. Don't actually care at all. I'll be mashing start just about now. Oh, like now, just hoping that I get it. Yep, didn't get it. Don't care. Because I've got this fast forward key, which is really all that matters. Probably faster doing it this way than doing this, the Song of Soren anyway, so who cares. But yeah, as I said, that cutscene skip is ridiculously hard. It's literally frame perfect. So I am not too bothered that I didn't get it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is try and perform what's definitely an easier cutscene skip, but a little bit tricky on emulator, because it involves a bit of pause buffering. But so what normally happens here is when you hookshot onto the back of the turtle, right away a cutscene will play where he takes you all the way over there to Great Bay Temple, right? And it's like it shows you the pirates heading over there as well, and it's another very long cutscene. Now I'm going to attempt to skip that entirely. Let me just get as close as I can here. I'm going to want the hookshot. Now what's interesting is that if you hookshot just at the very left here, the cutscene trigger won't actually activate because you're like too far to the left. Okay, I didn't actually connect there. Alright, let's see. So yeah, oh god damn it, I screwed up. Well, that's alright because I save stated, and I will be getting this cutscene skip. This isn't something I normally like to do, but I do want to show this glitch off because it's really cool. Let me just get the hook shot out again. Yeah, it's just important that you're like far left enough that you don't actually touch the cutscene trigger zone because it is quite big. I don't know why I keep screwing this up because it's not even difficult. Okay, let's try it from here. Because you can see, like, you can sort of target even where the tree really doesn't exist. See what I mean? Okay, this has got to have worked. So yeah, I'm on top of the turtle now. And we saw from those failed attempts that the cutscene loading zone is like this whole area here, right? So we know from part 1 of this series that if you pause buffer into a cutscene zone like that, you can just walk through it without activating the cutscene. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to head in, start pause buffering, and when I think I'm far enough, I'm going to do something with the ocarina. So it's going to take a couple more frames, maybe 1 or 2 more, just to be safe. I probably am far enough in, but I just want to make sure. 1 more just to be safe. I'm obviously scared about like accidentally doing 2 frames or whatever and activating the cutscene, but we should be alright. Yeah, as you can see, the only reason I said this is difficult on emulator is because pause buffering is just horrendous on it. I don't know why it's so difficult, it just is. Just 1 more frame. It's not difficult. It's just exactly the same as bloody Snowhead, like you don't want to do it too late because you're scared that it's just gonna skip over 2 frames or whatever. So we could seriously be here for like 10 minutes. I have a good mind not to edit any of this out. Just 1 more frame, come on. Okay, finally. Okay, so when I unpause this time I'm going to hold on the button for the ocarina. So I'm now inside the cutscene zone, right, but I've got the ocarina out, so what I'm going to do is play the song a double time. And what's going to happen here is, when the little cutscene for the song a double time starts to play, this cutscene's going to start at the same time, and this will basically just cancel it out, like right here. So obviously it's now the night of the final day. That's not going to be an issue. I will reset time eventually, but this means that now when I go on top of the turtle at a weird angle like that, then hopefully if I was far enough into the loading zone there, then the cutscene will be skipped. It should take me straight into Great Bay Temple. Yep, perfect. So the game basically acts as though it's seen that cutscene already, which is what I wanted to happen. So brilliant, we're in the temple now. Just to clarify, by the way, the reason it had to be the Song of Double Time is because for some reason the Song of Soren doesn't actually like skip that cutscene, so we had to do that one instead. So, you know, as with all the other dungeons, I'm going to be collecting all the stray fairies. It's part 100%. So, I'm not going to be getting... Oh, come on. I was trying to be cool there, it didn't work. I'm not going to be getting them all in this video, because, you know, I'm going to split this dungeon up a little bit. Going to be exiting at some point, coming back in. But, I'll be able to get a sizable portion of it done, I think. So let me think. Actually, I've got the right items out already. So a couple of fairies that I can grab in this room. So the gimmick in this temple is that eventually what you're supposed to do is turn like all of these cogs, and it'll like change the direction of the water and let you access like the place where the boss is. I'm going to skip that entirely. I'm not going to turn a single cog for this entire temple, just to show you how broken it can be. I mean, honestly, like, it's probably the quickest temple if you're like going all out in terms of glitches, but obviously I do need to go around and get all the fairies and stuff, so won't quite be doing that. There's one in this guy as well. But yeah, a lot of what I'm going to be doing in this dungeon is kind of, in a way, in reverse order. Like, I'm going to be going through a lot of it backwards compared to how you're supposed to normally do it. So what you should normally do here is have this cog underwater turned, and it makes this thing here shoot water up and you can get across there. I'm just going to have to hover across though, because obviously I'm not doing that with the cog, so... Oh Jesus, nice angle, thanks for that. In fact, no, you have to die now. You don't get to screw me like that and live. Of course now I can't get ISG again, so everything's just turning out the way I want it to in this video. Alright, so slight over-exaggeration there of course, but we are across. Very laggy there, don't know why it is. I think it's like that in every version of the game. So this is the main room. There are some fairies in here, but I'm not going to get them just yet, because it's just more efficient to sort of do it in this other order that I'm going to do. So the first room that I'm going to head to is this top one, just around here, and like I said with the previous room there's some fairies in this room that I can get. I'm going to leave them as well, come back and get them later on, because the first place that I want to stop off at is just over here. And I'll grab the fairy that is in here. Hopefully I did manage to kill all of them. Sometimes you'll just like, yeah, knock them off but not actually kill them. Kind of a nuisance like that. And the last one's up here. You can actually just knock him down through the ceiling like this. Now, yeah, I was wondering why it doesn't always work, but I think it only attacks him when you like stop doing the magic thing, so you have to turn it on, and then when you stop it, that's when it'll damage him. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm probably only going to get one more fairy in this video, the one in this room here, but there's still something else that I want to do in this video as well. I can just inch my way over to the edge here and shoot it with a hook shot. Just wait for it to, before I go across here, because obviously I do need to get the, well, that was scary, the map and the compass, because those are included in the 100% definition, but like I said before, boss keys aren't, because they don't follow you back in time when you play this all the time, so not as big of a deal. Just kill that guy. It's just a bit of a pain. So obviously there's some stuff in those rooms over there. I'll be coming back for that later on, just going to leave it for now. Might as well kill him because he's just a pain as well. Alright, so this key, I think this is probably the only key that you get in the dungeon, or at least it's the only key that I'll be getting in this dungeon. Yeah, let's hope for some magic there. Okay, so I'm going to head back into the main room now. Nice, and just straight in here. Can I make it? No, I can't. And now I'm stuck against the wall. There's a fairy in that pot down there as well, but I'll be back for that later on as well. It's just kind of a nuisance to get that one, so I'm just going to leave it for now. So this is the room right before the mini boss, which in an any percent run is completely skipped, which to those that have played the game before will know that means that the item from this dungeon is also completely skipped, and it is honestly one of the most useless items in the game, which is kind of fitting because it's an item that you get in Ocarina of Time, which was also really useless and completely optional in fact in that game, but for a casual playthrough of this it's meant to be required. So here's Wart. He's quite a difficult mini boss, to be fair. I mean, I've got a strategy for him which is pretty good, but he's still a pain. Like, what I used to do when I was a kid was sort of roll around as the Goron or you attack him as a Deku, but what I'm going to try and do here is use bombs. I'm going to wait a little bit just so that he can sort of open his eye. I'll just stand over here suicide bomb them. Start killing these. So that actually does damage them. And should be like 2 more bombs or whatever. And it also knocks a lot of these things off, which means that they won't really be in my way as much. This should knock them down. Okay, cool. So now I should be able to just hit him with my sword if he ever opens his eye. So probably just one more hit, since I do have the gilded sword after all. I completely demolished him there. I'm quite proud of that fight actually. Let's just stock up on some stuff before I actually open the chest. So I think once I open this, it's probably going to be it for this video. Like I said, I've been splitting this dungeon into a couple sections just because I'm going to have to leave it eventually before I complete it. So, you know, the only thing I'm annoyed about here is the fact that I did use save states, but I really wanted to show that glitch off, and it was kind of bullshit that I didn't get it first try, so whatever. But yeah, the ice arrow, pretty useless. You know, even in this dungeon, completely optional. I can show you how to skip it entirely, but actually, no, now that I think about it, for 100% it might actually be required. Yeah, I think it is, but you know, just for general gameplay, you can definitely skip it. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.